C-Doc again.
Yeah, y'all.
Oh,
it is. What's today? Tuesday? Is that
all
what
day, man, all day.
Is that what night our show is on? Holy hell!
Where are we?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What's my
What's
name?
up, y'all? It's C-Doc again.
What up, what up, what up?
Jennifer
It's
Jenny in the
C-Doc
house.
again.
DJ M
Minus-
Rock in the house. Yeah, I was getting to that. So Chuckify took the night off. Spending the evening with family. So
Thought we were his family, man.
yeah, we're the
Right?
fam-
Where are we?
Where-
Chopped liver?
That's right.
we're the family. We're the family he doesn't care about. We're the other family. You know?
The
Fair
family
enough.
nobody talks about.
Yeah, exactly. We're the secret family. Hello to my wife out there.
Yes. Hello.
Hello to your wife.
Hello, your wife.
One of feedback I got from a friend of mine that watches the show after the fact said that, Doc, stop shouting everybody out in the chat because most of the people that watch the show watch it after after the fact, after it's not live. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
But
so
it's-
we
but it-
missed out on
Valid.
people.
Yeah. But if anybody wants me to shout you out in chat, Davey says hi to everyone too. Why is Davey still awake? Go to bed, Davey.
Go
You have
to
school
bed.
tomorrow.
Go to sleep.
Exactly. When Chuck is out, you should have me on just to do voice drops. Yes, Mac. I was gonna text
Absolutely.
you earlier, Al, to see if you. But then I got sidetracked. I got busy. But next time, yes. Al can be Knackhorse can be the replacement. So Chuckify.
He could be the stand-in Chuck.
Yes. So
Stunt man.
yeah. Yes. So M-Rock.
Yes,
As
sir.
we were just saying before we started the show, today is the anniversary of. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
On this day
Oh,
in
yeah.
1994.
Classic.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I slept on this when this first came out, and I'm really embarrassed to say that.
No, that's all right. It really didn't make. People got to remember, man. When it came out, if you weren't in New York, when it came out, it was another album. It was good. It was a
Yeah.
solid album, you know.
Yep.
But it was just kind of like, okay, oh, dope, new Nas. Okay, the Nas record came out.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people, we didn't have the Zebrahead soundtrack, so we didn't hear Halftime
That's
off
right.
the bat. Because I know I didn't. It was after the fact.
Ditto,
So-
man.
You know, it was like, oh, it's the dude from Live from the Barbecue. Okay, cool. and he was also on the Search Joint by that
Yes, he
point
was.
too, right? Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, okay.
Waving automatic guns at nuns.
Yes, yeah,
How do you forget a line like that?
right. Yes, thank you, Cheese. Back to the grill.
So, what was your
Right.
favorite track on this, guys?
The Pete Rock joint.
World is
World
yours.
is yours. World is yours. Yeah.
What he
Nice.
said.
I got to go with NY's State of Mind.
Oh,
It's
okay.
The Primo joint.
Primo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Knackhorse
But-
says represent. That's a good choice.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It ain't hard to tell. Super dope.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised at It Ain't Hard to Tell, like being able to flip Mike Jacks. So,
Right?
you know, in 94, that shit just was not happening.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
dope
hard
stuff.
throw. Yeah.
Classic.
Break North says represent. Cheese says halftime. Yeah. I mean, look, man. I tell you what, they did it right. That record, they did right. It's essentially 9 joints and an intro.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
how you gonna go wrong? Oh, and my second favorite joint. I'm having a great night because I'm totally blanking out on everything. Is the Q-Tip
It's in
joint?
there.
So,
One Love.
One Love. Thank you. The drums
Nice.
on that are crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I also like Halftime. I gotta say.
Halftime's dope, man. Large
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah. I mean, what a producer lineup on that album. Like,
Right?
it's just like, what more could you want?
Yo, man. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy that it kind of happened like that. So,
Incredible.
yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to be a popular opinion, unpopular opinion, but what the heck? It's our show, right? I gotta say, other than Illmatic, I haven't really been a huge fan of many of the Nas albums. I don't like the production. I don't like the beats. His rhymes are crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
He's had some stuff. There's been I can't say there's been an album of his that I've loved since. Yeah, I love your drop there, by the way. Beat drop. By the way, Chuck D in the house.
Yo,
Maestro.
what up, Chuck?
I said
Hard rhymer.
hopefully you got the email with the the images I sent. So, but that's
the thing.
like, yeah, the thing. No, yeah, I kind of agree. He's had dope joints. There's been dope records over the years, but like, I don't know, album wise, makes me like, I've really come to appreciate 10-track records, man. 10-track albums. You know, whittle it down to the best of the best.
Yeah, there
All
you
killer,
go,
no
man.
filler.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Hey guys, I do bar mitzvahs, gender reveal parties.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm there.
M-Rock's
He'll
here
be
all
here
week.
all week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try the veal.
Exactly.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
That's right.
Right. Exactly.
Another dope one, not on this album, is "Made You Look," where they flipped Apache.
Dude.
I love that. Love that.
Chuck says 7-track albums like The Doors. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Chuck, you know, in about 15 minutes, I'm just gonna have you come on the show. So, because that's what always happens. But anyway, no, that's it. Look, people have to get they got to recognize the definitions, because anything I know about musicians, and especially hip hop musicians, is they love to rewrite definitions to suit their own taste. But an EP is 5 joints tops. You do 6 joints, that's an album. That's what it is. Or time wise, I mean, Isaac Hayes made one of the greatest funk soul albums ever, Hot Buttered Soul.
Yep.
It's 4 joints. Granted, they're like 10-minute long joints, but
Sure.
it's 4 songs.
Yep.
So there you go.
That's an EP.
But isn't
No, it's
it,
an album.
It's an album,
M-Rock.
because it's not only is it how many tracks there are, but how long.
How long it is? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an album, man.
That fits on vinyl perfectly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Isn't it's like 32 or 34 minutes? Something like
Yeah,
that.
the definition has kind of changed, because it's weird, man. And I just found this out. I found it out last year working on the Public Enemy record when we did, or was that 2 years ago now? Maybe. Yeah, 2 years ago now. Time flies. So yeah, that album lengths or whatever had changed because it changed going into the CD format, and now we're back to vinyl times. It's weird. So
It is.
yeah, very bizarre.
We learned a lot from Chris Schwartz on that episode about albums and vinyl and what they did with CDs. Right? That was incredible.
Yep. If anybody missed that episode, go back and watch the Chris Schwartz episode because there's a lot of amazing info in there.
Yeah, it's like music industry masterclass.
Yeah. K Slay 36-minute track was amazing. Yeah. And we gotta say rest in peace. Rest in beats. Yeah, man. Wow.
So I didn't know until after his passing that he was a graph artist, formerly known as was it Daz, and he was in Star Wars.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Crazy talented. Yeah. And then there's so many like vintage pics of him spinning out at like, in the parks or whatever. They're in black and white. I didn't know that was him either. So he's been in the game forever. Yeah. So shout out to all his contributions.
Lost a legend. And also, I also want to give a quick rest in beats, rest in peace, because Mr. Chuck actually told me this. To Dow Jones, and if anybody's a fan of Chuck D's solo album, The Autobiography of Mr. Chuck, you know who Dow Jones is, because he was on the joint Indonesia. I guess Dow Jones just passed away.
Oh man,
damn.
Rest in beats as well.
Yep. Sorry to hear that. So, rest in beats, Dow Jones. Rest in beats, K Slay. Yeah, man. Now that the show has totally become a downer.
Right.
No, but we're here to celebrate the hip hop goodness, and I'm also. Oh, Dow Jones did Rap Station drops too. Wow. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm also pleased that we actually have a guest this week. So, a scheduled guest. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo-woo.
The wise one in the house. I see he's in the waiting room. We might as well bring him on. I don't know why we're going to wait around.
Might as well.
Right? Oh, yeah. Shout out to DJ Lord, real quick, who was at Coachella this past weekend. And
Pasta News showed up too.
Again. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was on stage with Billie Eilish.
Wow. Okay. Well, all right.
She brought
That's an interesting combo.
No, because she brought on dude from Gorillaz. The and
Damien,
Paz was there.
Was it Damien?
Albright.
The Gorillaz
something
guy?
like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And Pasta News was went out and did. Yeah, they went.
Oh wow!
They went out and did the big. Yep, with
Dope.
Billie Eilish.
Cool. Pause
Thank
closed.
you.
Lord opened. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Damon
go.
Albarn. Thank you, Knack. That's why Knack needs to just come on the show.
Right.
Yeah, and Lord will be there again next weekend, or this weekend coming up, rather. So he's got another show. Well, anyway, enough yapping because our guest is just sitting there. Ladies and gentlemen, proud to bring to the show one of the founding members, one of the cornerstones of hip hop, from the world's first hip hop band, Stetsasonic. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wise to the show.
Peace.
What's up, bro? How are you?
Wise.
All right. What's going on? How's everybody feeling?
Feeling all right, man.
Feeling
How are
great,
you doing?
Man.
I'm okay. I definitely have to ask that. You know what I'm saying? Health is a thing for me that, whenever I run into anybody, I just want to make sure everybody's all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Especially now, we're all getting older.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You know,
But
Happens to the best.
Wise is always good for asking every time. Wise is always good for that.
yeah, I have to because like he said, we're not getting any younger and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, right now I'm trying to take care of myself. I dropped like 40 pounds.
Wow.
So
That's not easy.
yeah, and it's funny because right now, like at my job, we're doing like the Biggest Loser contest, and I entered into that and stuff. So I'm planning on winning.
That's what's up.
I may drop maybe at least another 30, maybe. I don't know. Because if I look too skinny, then I'm gonna have to just drop out the whole thing and be like, okay, I'm okay at 190 or 180. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm 223. And like I said, I was heavy. My physician and stuff told me I was like this close to either catching a stroke or a heart attack.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to change my eating habits and stuff, my workout, and on a daily basis and stuff, and I feel real good now.
That's great.
Good for you, man.
Props.
He did the thing. He really did.
Do the damn thing. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So
Being
Wise,
healthy is gangster, man.
yeah, right. Extras, fuck. Wise, Chuck D says, Wise a legend. I've been a fan since 1985. He even chauffeured you once.
Yeah, Chuck that's my man right there. That, and it's funny because when they dropped Yo Bum Rush the show, I used to walk around with my Walkman, you know what I'm saying? And I used to play it all the time. And the song I used to always do is Time Bomb.
Oh yeah.
You go ooh and ah when I jump in my car, people treat me like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I still know all the lyrics till this day.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That was one of my favorite songs and stuff. I used to walk around the block and stuff with my headphones on. Only you hear the music. You go, the people on the block and stuff, and I'm just, doing the motions physically and stuff, saying the words, and they looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yep. And that's all right. I think we all have done it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All been there.
Nakor says you have the second best album of all time after Chuck D, which would be In Full Gear. So
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
that is it's also one of my favorites, man.
Yeah. In Full Gear, that was the album that I was starting to get into MCing. Because I was doing the human beatbox when I came on the scene. I came, hungry as a human beatbox. That's the talent that I wanted to utilize first. And
Right.
then during the second album, little by little, I started making the transition.
How did you get into hip hop in the first place?
What it was, well, let me tell you how I got into hip hop, and then I'll tell you how I got with Stetsasonic.
Right.
When Run DMC dropped Sucker MCs, I've heard Cold Crush Brothers and all them, them cats from way back in the days and stuff like that. And I loved it. The second I heard it, because tape circulated and stuff. And,
Right.
I got a hold of Cold Crush and the rest of these cats, Fantastic Five, Melly Mel and them and stuff. Melly Mel and them, when they dropped Super Rap, and that was like one of my all-time favorites back then. That definitely made me want to get into hip hop even more. I mean, I purchased the Sugar Hill record when it dropped. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Pat back then, when they dropped their thing and stuff, but Melly Mel and them with Super Rap, and it did it for me. That was it. I used to look in the mirror and stuff and just recite the whole record, play the whole record, and just say all the lyrics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was on from there. It was on. And till this day, I know every lyric on that Super Rapping record. You know, to me, it's a hot record. It's a long record, but it's hot.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and I still have the vinyl.
Oh, that's great. That's great. A lot of cats I know got rid of their stuff, so it's good that good you still have.
Nah, I still got the I still got the vinyl. I you know, I can't part with it. Just because I don't have a turntable doesn't mean I ain't gonna keep it.
Right.
You know, I still got them step vinyls and stuff like that.
All the old ones. Tell them why how you got into step, because there was a whole bunch of people vying to be in Stetsasonic.
Yeah, well, the way that I got into step was it was this brother named Locke. He used to, you know, pop lock and stuff. You know, his name was Shaka-Lock. So he was like a mutual friend of Daddy on the Lights and a mutual friend of mine, but I was on one side of town in Brooklyn. Daddy on him was in the other side. You know what I'm saying? So one day, Shock, you know, he had asked me, you know, was I, you know, with any group, you know, because I was doing a human beatbox. I was just, you know, freestyling, kicking it in the hallway and stuff, like hanging out in the projects in Brooklyn, and you know, having people dancing and, you know, and rapping off me kicking the beat. And from there, you know, my friend Shaka-Lock, he asked me, you know, was I down with anybody? Am I down with a group and stuff? I said, nah, I just, you know, do this for fun. And, you know, and at the time I was like about maybe 16, 17 years old, you know, and I was at my prime. I mean, I was doing the human beatbox. That was my main, you know, my main thing. So he said, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of guys and stuff. So I met Daddy-O Delight. And at the time, it was this third MC. His name was Del D. He was the guy that came after Crown Supreme.
Gotcha.
So, because I know you guys heard of, you know, Crown Supreme story and stuff, you know, that he used to be down with them. But after Crown Supreme came another MC, name was Del D. So they introduced me to Daddy-O Delight and Del, and I met Daddy-O, went to his apartment and stuff, and you know, they wanted to hear what I had and stuff. So Daddy-O had a little system, you know, hooked up, you know, his radio and stuff, microphone and that, and they let me get the mic, and I just, you know, started getting loose. I bust the beat, and all three of them looked at each other, and they were like, yo, we got something here. You know, and that's the Lights voice right there. We got something here. You know, and from then on, you know, it was history. I mean, like after a while, you know, like Del sort of like, you know, he kind of fell off. I don't know what happened, you know, but it became a trio. It became just me, Daddy-O, and Delight. You know, we used to go to this recreation center, and we used to hook up, you know, like routines and stuff, because they used to go around, you know, all over New York and, you know, different boroughs, just, you know, performing, you know, doing different shows here and there and stuff like that. So, you know, we hooked up a nice little routine and stuff, and then we went to the our first show together was the Flatbush Boys Club. And I remember I was coming from under a sheet. I had like a bed sheet, a black bed sheet over me and stuff. So they had a microphone laying on the stage. So, you know, I'm coming out like I'm a ghost, you know, with a black sheet. I go down, you know, I go down and I grab the microphone. So we started the routine. The guy started with that. Get loose, everybody. If you came to rock, Stetsasonic door. Going ahead and rock the spot. And when we're through, you understand, in the MC world, who's in demand. Then I just bust out the beat. And as I'm busting out the beat, I'm moving under the sheet. And then when I stop kicking a beat, they start saying that's a human mix machine. Then I take the sheet off and I start kicking the beat, and everybody loses their mind.
Wow.
It was my first time seeing that type of reaction off me kicking a beat on stage.
Wow.
You know,
That's
was
incredible.
Yeah, it was nuts. And you know who was there at the time? You know that wasn't a rap artist or anything. Special Ed.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Dope.
yeah. Special Ed was there. He told us that that's the first hip hop show he ever saw.
Wow. Damn.
You know, so yeah, it was, you know, it was real good. And then it's funny because after the show, you know, like I went like downstairs, yeah, I guess they had like a locker room area and stuff. And a little kid, and I remember this like happened yesterday. A little kid came up to me with a pen and piece of paper, asking. That was my first autograph, signing an autograph. I didn't know what to write. I just wrote the human mix machine wise, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, now I know. You know, when someone asks me for my autograph, but back then I didn't. You know, I didn't know what to write and stuff like that. I was, you know, shocked for somebody to even come up to me and ask me, you know, for autograph. But it was good, very good experience and stuff. You know, I loved it.
And that little kid grew up to be Barack Obama.
Could be. Could be.
You heard it here first, everybody.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Special Ed and Barack Obama came out of that show. Fantastic.
That's right. Well done, sir.
That's dope. So any plans to bring the sheet back to the shows? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we gonna bring other things to the show.
Oh yeah. No, it's look. I got to see you guys in Coney Island last year, and there's no shortage of dopeness coming from the Stetsasonic show. So.
Thanks a lot. You know, I mean, we definitely pride ourselves in our stage show. We've always been a stage show type of group prior to making records. You know, so we take performing very seriously. You know, when prior to us doing the show, we definitely go in for rehearsal and stuff, and you know, and to make sure. And you know, this time I said, you know, I told the guys, you know, that there's certain things that I think that we need to do a little bit differently, you know, the next time that we go out and perform and stuff, because we normally would go to a rehearsing studio, but the rehearsing studio, the spacing on it, you know, is small. I mean, you know, the equipment is good, but it's small, so we can't move around the way that we need to move around. So I told the guys, I said, you know, what we need to do, we need to go to like an open space, because normally anytime we perform, the stage is really big and we're all over the place and stuff, you know. So we need to, you know, rehearse in an open space so that we'll know exactly, you know, how we're gonna move and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah, no, that's good thinking.
You know, because this time around, definitely, you know, I want to have like a, you know, a even better show, even though we're, you know, almost in that senior citizen bracket, you know.
AARP.
You know, hey, I got AARP, you know.
That's right. We need concerts too, man.
Yeah, yeah, you know, but yeah, I just, you know, I definitely want for us to have, you know, a very good show. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, we just continued it from the way we started in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's never going to change. I just wanted to get better.
Heriberto, I hope I'm saying your name right. Heriberto wants to know if any plans for, you guys have any shows lined up for the year yet?
Right now we're working on it right now and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to see, you know, what the deal is with the guys and stuff. We're working right now on releasing a new single called "Here We Go Again." Release, you know, working on a video right now, as you know, as we speak and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get them shows, going soon and stuff. Because I know, and I've been telling the guys, I said, yo, every time I go online, I see some flyers with somebody else getting ready to perform and stuff. They getting ready to do this. I said, we need to start, booking shows and stuff and getting ready. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I could wait for the moment because we definitely have to put out the new single. We definitely have to put out the new video. For right now, that's the focus to to get that out first. Definitely.
Yep.
And let me tell you, the new single, you're gonna hear a side of Wise you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
You did lace the if I pardon my French, but you did lace the shit out of that song. So
yeah. I mean, right now, even though I'm gonna be 57 years old, and I gotta be honest, this is sort of like my prime of being an MC. Believe it or not, this is my prime. This is, I mean, I've gotten a whole lot better. I'm gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to surprise a lot of people.
Shout out to Cheese. Cheese is in the house. Cheese did the speaking of the single. Cheese did the cut on the remix. So,
yes, he did.
Shout out to Cheese.
Shout out to Cheese.
Oh, the remix to Here We Go Again. I love it.
No, I'm talking about.
I take.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot.
Yeah. So, Chuck says 87. He was in Cleveland, and WZAK named "Faye" the rap song of the year. It was an anthem there.
That's right. Yeah, it was. And it's funny. I think that's when we performed out there. The stage actually spun around. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It wasn't like a regular. I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm sure that I am. But the stage spun around. We performed, and as we performed, the stage just spun around. I was bugging because I've never seen anything like that before on the road and stuff. We performed in many different stages, but a stage like that, I was like, wow. That we were able to circle around and everybody was able to, see us. But it was a good experience, though. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Chuck D said it was the front row theater on Euclid.
Yeah, but
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it was real good. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it and stuff. It was good.
So Wise, I have a question, if you don't mind, C-Doc.
No, go ahead, please.
Dude, I think you're incredible MC, so I'm glad that we're seeing more of that side of you. I also really love your beatboxing. So, for me, it's like you got Buffy, you got Dougie Fresh, you got Bismarck P, you got Ready Rock C, but you were always in the top for me. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel like the way music is going now, is beatboxing kind of like a lost art form? And are you looking to still continue, or do you just want to be an MC right now?
I don't get me wrong. I love doing the beatboxing stuff. That's the talent that I started off with and stuff. That even though I knew how to MC and stuff, and I was MCing back then, that's the talent that I wanted to groom, that I wanted to grow. And as the years went by, it seemed like it faded a little bit and stuff. I mean, I'll use it on record, and I'm a human beatboxer, I'm a human percussionist, so any sound I need, I'll make. You know what I'm saying? And I'll use it more so on record as opposed to doing it live all the time and stuff. Maybe I'll do it once in a while. It's depending on how I feel, how the other guys feel for a show, if the show calls for it and stuff like that. Faye, we haven't done Faye like in a hot minute and stuff, because I'm more focused being an MC these days and stuff. I mean, I like I said, I love doing the human beatbox. It gave me my start. I love that. There's other cats that were doing it too and stuff like that. Peace to my man Rizel, Godfather of sound. You know what I'm saying? He's cool piece.
Shout out to Rizel.
Very cool piece. So I definitely got to give him a shout out and stuff. And when we were overseas, speaking of Rizel, when we was in Amsterdam, we was in this show called Urban Matters. We performed in a show called Urban Matters. So they have their thing, every year, like around September, they always have an event in Amsterdam, called Urban Matters. So the last show that we did there, I think it was in 2019 prior to the pandemic. And it was a really good show. I did get to do the human beatbox during that show and stuff, but I also rap most of the time and stuff. And but anyway, one time, Rizel, because over there they have like events. They had an event after the show, like a festival, and in that festival they had like a human beatbox section. They had a breakdance section. They had a DJing section. You know what I'm saying? That you could walk through that festival and you could see everybody just doing their thing. And, I would love for something like that to be here in the States, to come to the States and stuff, because they don't forget the human beatbox. You know what I'm saying? They had like an area in the festival where cats were just getting on the mic and doing their thing. I mean, cats was pretty good too. And they also had a voice box. Let me show you something like this. You know what I'm saying? So
that's cool.
It made me buy this because of the way they do it overseas with the human beatbox. You know what I'm saying? They had a voice box and they was doing their thing on a voice box and stuff. And I'm like, wow, that would be good for a show. You know what I'm saying? So I bought that voice box, but I still haven't used it yet. But who's to say, I may use it in one of the new shows and stuff, But anyway, going on with the story. So they Rizel was talking to the guy that does the promotion for Urban Matters. And so the guy wanted to do a human beatbox thing, and he wanted Rizel to host it. So he asked Rizel, well, who else do you think? What other human beatbox do you think, we should have here to host it as well with you and stuff? And I'm the first person he mentioned.
Oh, dope.
And I was definitely grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? I got to talk to him and stuff, and I told him, when we get to do it, let's do a routine together and stuff like that. But it never happened because of the pandemic. That's when the pandemic, started to hit, and and it was getting really strong. But other than that, I would have loved to, host a human beatbox thing with Rizel and even do something with him. I would like to do a record with him.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I'll be honest. I would like to do a record with him.
But Wise, what you really need to tell M-Rock is the Dougie Fresh story.
Ooh, I'm all ears.
Oh man. Yeah, so we was, I pretty much got the best of him and whatnot, going back and forth doing the human beatbox and stuff. One time we were at Mr. Magic was having a thing at Gershwin Park. This is in East New York, Brooklyn. So, I was there, the group was there, Doug was there, it was quite a few people. Not sure if Debbie D was there because, we was at one time a part of the Juice Crew. So there was, Juice Crew originals and stuff that was there, But anyway, so we, Mr. Magic passed the mic to me and Doug for us, to do the human beatbox and stuff. And, he would take a turn, then I would take a turn, and he, you know, it would go back and forth, and everybody was feeling everything that I was doing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they was like, "Yo, this kid is, you know, he's no joke. This kid is no joke." And you know what I'm saying? I pretty much got the best of Doug. You know, I think the best thing that he got was the clicks. That's all he got is the clicks. But other than that, you know, because even if you listen to Faye, you know, Daddy O says at the very end, "Wise, do them roles that you created." You know what I'm saying? And Doug, that was a shot at Doug because he pretty much stole my roles. You know, I mean, he got to put out records before I did, at least a year or so before I got on. So he was able to take my stuff, but you know, it's okay. You know what they say about flattery.
Absolutely.
You know,
imitation is the highest form.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm like, you know, it is what it is and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was upset. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is and stuff, you know, and I see it for what it is. You know, it was flattery, you know, to me and stuff. So, you know, I'm not sweating it anymore and stuff like that. You know, I mean, if we went head to head on battle, you know, he ain't got nothing for me. Not even this day.
Here we go.
Not even to
That's
this
what
day.
I was waiting for.
He ain't got nothing for me, you know. And if he wanna, you know, do a rap battle, he ain't got nothing on that either.
Yo, we need a
That's
versus
what I
with
was
these two.
waiting for.
Yep. There it
Shout out
is.
to Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, no doubt, no
Word
doubt.
on
You
the
know,
street. Word on the street. And if Daddy-O was here, he would tell you why smoked him.
yeah. Yeah, you know how Daddy-O get,
dope.
yo, why stop?
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
Yo, so speaking of Daddy-O, we hear Daddy-O say a lot. I don't know, ask Wise. What's that about, Wise?
Oh, yeah.
huh?
When Daddy-O is asked a question he doesn't know the answer to, he's like, I don't know, ask Wise. He just throws
I
it
don't
off
know,
to you.
ask Wise.
Probably because I got the best memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When it comes to the history of Stetsasonic and stuff like that, you know, at least the portion that I'm involved in, the portion that I saw for myself and stuff, I remember it pretty vividly. You know what I'm saying? That especially when it comes to you know, the guy's lyrics, you know, and we're performing on stage. If I see that they're about to miss a line and stuff like that, you know, because I keep eye contact while I perform with them and stuff like that, and if I see, you know, there's a sign that they slowing down with the lyrics, then I'll come in and I'll, you know, do a refresher and we keep it going, because I usually remember all that type of stuff.
That was my job in my group too. Keep track of everybody.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And you have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to keep it going and stuff, you know, to make sure that the crowd ain't up on that there's a mistake about to happen, but you fix it on time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I get it. So let me ask you, after On Fire, going into In Full Gear, what was the vibe of the group like? You know, did you guys, were you feeling like you had something to prove at that point, something more to prove, or was it just kind of, because it was a really creative time in hip hop? I mean, I know Chuck always talks about, you know, you guys kind of created those out. You were on tour together, and out of that tour bus, you know, shared tour bus came Nations, 3 Feet High and Rising, and the Stet album, so In Full Gear.
Yeah, we definitely got more creative with that album. I mean, the very first album was very raw, you know what I'm saying? But we were hungry for it and stuff. We, you know, with the first album, we were definitely more original, you know, with the beats beats and everything. On the second album, we were just learning, as we were growing. We was learning how to produce more because we produced the first album and stuff. We was just going in the studio, laying down beats, doing some samples here and there, scratches and stuff. But it was raw as opposed to the second album. The second album, we did use a lot more samples, but it was more musically inclined. That second album and stuff, and I definitely loved the way that we went into that production and stuff. That it just the sound in general, how we grew from the first album to the second album. And as time went by, we started growing, even more and stuff. But that second album led the way of, to our growth, in music.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, man. I mean, I think a lot of people, it gets slept on, unfortunately. So I preach the gospel of that album any chance I get. It didn't. I should say something. It didn't at the time, because at the time, Talking All That Jazz was in constant rotation on MTV Raps, and
I mean, it was a very good album, and I really do take it like we were pretty underrated and stuff, and you know what I'm saying. It was a very good album and stuff. I don't know. I really don't know why that album, didn't get as far as I thought that it would. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is and stuff. Looking back at it nowadays and stuff, a lot of people appreciate that album, a whole lot more.
Yeah. Yep.
So then take it from In Full Gear to Blood, Sweat, and No Tears.
In Full Gear to Blood, Sweat, and No Tears, because in Blood, Sweat, and No Tears, I started rapping even more on that album and stuff. So on that album, I was definitely developing my craft as an MC and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's certain cuts on there, that I feel, and I'm my worst critic, because there's cuts on that album that I felt that I did really good. And there's let's put No BS Allowed. I don't feel I did my best work on that, and I should have done better on No BS Allowed. My opinion, right? I should have done better on No BS Allowed. I mean, I did better on I did better on You the Man. I did, a lot better on Took Place in East New York, because it was a story. Any type of story I could write real good about, the style and everything and stuff. I did better on Heaven Help the MF, but in No BS Allowed, I could have did better. That's how I felt. I could have did better on No BS Allowed. Like once the vocals laid down and final, I was like, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't take it back. You can't take it back. But I was upset with myself and stuff. But when we worked on that third album, and on that album, Fruit Corn had already, he left the group and stuff like that. And I wasn't trying to, for anybody out there, I was never trying to replace him. I was never trying to take his place. The place that I had on the album was my place. It's always been my place. So if anybody ever, says, oh, he's trying to take such and such place, no, you all know I ain't taking his place, because you go hear the difference between me and him. Yeah. When you hear this album,
you were here first.
Yeah, exactly. So I've never tried to take anyone's place. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want anybody, to be like, oh, this and that. Nah, I was always in my place. And I've always, shared my talent with the group, with, whichever talent I chose to use. And, and I use both the human beatbox and rapping and stuff. So
Tell everybody though what it was like. Tell everybody what it was like. Wembley Stadium.
Oh, Wembley Stadium. Wow. It was packed in there. I was like, man, we was performing like with a lot of groups. Patti LaBelle was there, Jungle Brothers, Nina Cherry, Anita Baker, Tracy Chapman. I mean, it was like so many people, and we killed that show. I mean, we killed it. If you go to YouTube and look at the video, we destroyed that show. It was like one of our biggest shows, our biggest crowd and stuff. And then just, performing for Nelson Mandela, he just got free and stuff. And it was awesome. It was, it was really awesome. I remember Patti LaBelle, backstage, she saw us and stuff, and I didn't think she would know who we was and stuff like that. And she said, "Ain't y'all them Step Boys? Come take a picture with Mama," and she was very down to earth. Very down to earth. You know what I'm saying? I love Patti. And
that's great.
Anita Baker was one of my, I loved Anita Baker, and I was so starstruck. I wanted to go to her and ask her for a picture and an autograph, and I couldn't get myself to move. Wow. I was like, I could not get myself to move, and we were on the same bill. I was like,
but
man,
how many people were there? How many people? That was like 80,000 people, wasn't it?
Yes, it was packed. I mean, it was packed. I think that was our biggest show by far. And it was broadcast worldwide. It was the most, if you go, like he said, if you go to YouTube and watch the video, it's insane. Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was really good show. We did really good that day and stuff. I was so happy. I was, so proud of the guys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then to get the response that we got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To see, that type of crowd just pushing for you and cheering for you and stuff, and you doing your crowd parts, and you see every hand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see every hand up. You see everybody. You telling everybody to say this, and they all saying it and doing it. It was right. It was so awesome. So awesome. I mean, we tore it up. But one thing I was upset about, right? And let me say this. One thing that I was upset about is when they was filming it on TV and stuff, right? And when we came out to perform, they took the camera off us and put it backstage to interview the people backstage. I was so heated when I found out.
Oh, come on, man.
We missed hip-hop history.
And the thing about it is that we had the best show that night. We killed it. We had the best show that night, and they took the camera off us and brought it backstage and stuff. So when we came off the stage and we went backstage, we asked our road managers, how was we on TV and this and that and that and this? And and our road manager, he's like, D, you're not gonna like this, man. You're not gonna like this. He said, but they took the camera off you guys, and they started interviewing people backstage and this and that. We was so upset.
They were interviewing Patti LaBelle and Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Yeah.
Right?
While we were performing. And the thing about it is that was the best performance of the evening. And we was so upset. You don't know. But anyway, it's on YouTube, and they show our full show. So they show our set. So, I'm happy about that because people still get to see it till today, even if they missed it on TV. Ha!
Yep, they can see it at their own convenience.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yo, so
You know, and
go
when we,
go.
you know, when we
No, what do you say?
yeah, so and when we drop the new video and stuff, you know, because people are gonna get curious to see what you know we have on YouTube, what else surfaces on YouTube with us, so they'll get to see it.
Yeah. Yep. I was gonna ask. I had another question about Blood, Sweat, No Tears. So whose idea came up with putting the different tracks on the different configurations of the album? Do you remember that, or how that decision happened?
It was probably had to do with Daddy O and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times Daddy O makes, you know, a lot of these decisions. I mean, he'll run it through us and stuff, and we'll be like, yeah, you know, we should do this, and nah, we shouldn't do this and this and that. But usually Daddy O is the one, because he's, you know, I mean, he's a, you know, very good producer and stuff. He produced a lot of good records and stuff like that. So, you know, and I trust him.
Yeah.
You know, I trust Daddy O with you know, with like even nowadays, like with my vocals, if I'm too hyped, he'd tell me, you know, bring it down just a little bit and this, and you know what I'm saying? And come to find out, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll listen to my vocals previously, because I record from my house. And I record, usually when I record vocals, I am really amped up. You know, I'm really amped up. I'll send him, you know, my vocals and stuff, and he tell me, you know, just bring it down just a little bit and stuff like that. You know, you're really hyped and this and that, because that's how I feel at the moment when I lay down vocals. I, you know, really get hyped and stuff. And, you know, then he lets me know, nah, tone it down just a little bit and do this and do that. And when I do it and then I listen to it again, it sounds a whole lot better. I'm like, yeah, he was right.
Yep. Dad definitely has a good ear for that stuff.
Yeah, he does. He does. You know, he's a good vocalist himself, you know, so, you know, he should know and stuff. And, you know, he should know how I should sound and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, it sounds good.
So one of the things that I was always curious about as a fan of Stetsasonic, and maybe this is a super obvious question, but I think we were like, okay, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That was Blood, Sweat, No Tears, super dope album. And then it's like, okay, where's the next one? And then it like never came up until
I know.
So what happened? What happened with that?
What happened was, you know, the group shortly afterward, we disbanded and stuff. You know, I mean, we didn't even get to tour, you know, to promote that album. We just disbanded afterwards. I mean, you know, we were having issues and stuff, you know, with we had issues with the record label. You know, it was like a lot of, you know, internal issues and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I guess it was for the best at that time. You know what I'm saying? You know, because it definitely, you know, it brought us back stronger. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, our records, you know, you're gonna hear the difference between you know, how we sounded back then and how we sound now and stuff like that. You know, but it was a shame that, you know, we had to, you know, disband and stuff, you know, for a spell. You know what I'm saying? For a spell. But, you know, we've always still had, you know, love for each other and stuff like that. I remember during the time, you know, we were already disbanded for a few years and stuff like that. And there was a rumor circulated that I died. And from what I heard, these guys was, you know, going all over, giving each other phone calls, trying to find out if it was true, you know, because they had no way to get in contact with me and stuff like that. And finally, Daddy O was able to get in contact with me, you know, through a friend's beeper, one of my friend's beepers. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to find me and, you know, to let everybody know, nah, he's all right, and this and that and that and this. And then it's funny because that year, was a year that, you know, we kind of sort of got back together again, because I remember Me Daddy on the Light was in Manhattan in New York, and we ran into Ralph McDaniels because it was announced on Ralph McDaniels' show, Video Music Box, that I had passed away.
Wow.
So we ran into Ralph and stuff, and Ralph saw me, and he's like, "Wow!" He said, "I'm so sorry." He apologized and stuff like that. I said, "Nah, you know," I said, "You ain't gotta apologize, man. You know, I definitely, you know, appreciate it. It made me feel like, you know, like it. I felt good to at least, you know, be remembered and stuff, that he put it out there. And anyway, so." You know, I don't fault him or anything like that, but I felt grateful.
Yeah.
You know, but it was I think it was Q-Tip's bodyguard named Wise that, you know, that he was so they mistake, you know, yeah, so they mistaked it.
Okay. Wow.
Oops.
So when you guys got back together around the time, was that around the time that, because there were a few recordings?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, around that time, we we worked
people
on
in your neighborhood.
It was an EP. Yes, it was a EP. You know, we started recording again and stuff. You know, that people in your neighborhood, like that title track, that was the, you know, I came up with that idea right there, because that's a human beatbox track. You know, and we kind of did a thing off Sesame Street, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with that people in your neighborhood thing, you know, from Sesame Street, but you know, we got it off there and stuff like that, and we put it together. I felt it was a good idea to do it. You know, it was a little different and stuff like that, you know, but and I wish that track, you know, really got pushed, you know, because at that time I felt that it would have done really good and stuff, because, you know, for real, if you listen to the track, I mean, you know, and people in your neighborhood, they talk about, you know, in Sesame Street, they talk about a postman is a person in your neighborhood, or a doctor is you know what I'm saying? And in our neighborhoods, you know, we talk about a crackhead is a person in your neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying? A dope man is a person, because that was people in our neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? The neighborhoods we grew up. So not only was it, you know, comical, but, you know, at the same time, it was true. You know, if you listen to the track, you know, it was true. These were the people that we saw in our neighborhoods and stuff, you know, other than the postman, and you know what I'm saying? But these are the people in the neighborhood that kind of stood out. So, you know, we wrote about it, and we made it sound a little comical too.
Yeah, it's a great track. It's hilarious. So
yeah, and even the other tracks were pretty good tracks, you know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because some of them I haven't even heard. I haven't even heard before, up until, you know, when they came out, and I'm like, wow. I said, the guys have, you know, they have really good chemistry. You know, what's the name of that one? Not the Strawberry Letter, because they did that one.
Right.
It's this other one. One of them that I think Funk something. I'm not sure, but you know, it was really good. You know, even you know, with Fruit Corn on there, you know, the chemistry was pretty good and stuff. You know, it was you know, a natural, you know, Stet chemistry. It was really good for that time.
Right. Oh, Funk Around, is that the one you're thinking of?
Yes, that one. Yeah. Yep. You know, but it was really good. I really dug that track and stuff, and that was my first time ever hearing it.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. It didn't come out until like 2016. I think it was finally released. Yeah. So.
Did Prince Paul produce those
you
tracks?
know, but yeah, you know, I mean, nowadays, you know, did he produce anything on it?
Yeah, did he produce those tracks you guys were talking about?
I think he did. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Because like I said, some of those tracks, it was my first time hearing them.
Yeah.
Evidently, Keith Shockley produced one of those joints.
Oh, got some bombs.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one. I was rapping on that one. Yeah. I was rapping on that one. What's the name of that? I know what you're talking about.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was rapping on that track. Yeah, I remember going into the studio and working on that track and stuff. And plus, I was doing the beatbox on that track too. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, I was doing the beatbox on there too.
Shout out to Wizard KG.
So it was a good track. It was a good track.
So in the house, making this, he's been in the chat all night, but he decided to come on the show. So, might as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes why AEIOU, sometimes why Mr. Chuck D in the house, in the place to be.
Oh yeah. Shout out.
What's happening, Captain?
Salute y'all.
Peace.
Peace, Wise. Yo,
peace, Chuck. How you doing, man?
I was enjoying myself watching it, man. I was watching, listening. I was in the chat. C-Doc asked me to come on. What up, Jenny? What up? And Rock. What up, Doc? What up?
Great to see you.
Yeah, man. Yo, the legendary Wise. Hey, listen. Why you think that there's been such a lack of groups in the last 20 years?
Say what?
Why you think it's been? Why you think there's been a lack of hip hop groups in the last 20 years? We got our reasons. I have my ideas. I just want to hear your thoughts on it, man. Like, cause it take a lot to have a group, but when you see a group, man, a one man, one woman can't get a group. You can't go at a group.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's everybody, and this is the way I view it. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody, wants to make the dollar. I mean, that's my opinion, instead of, splitting it and stuff like that. Some people just, would prefer to just, do a solo thing and, and make their money and stuff, on their own. And so, I mean, that's the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Back then when the group thing was going on, we like the stage presence, was so good, with the group thing and stuff, because you had so much to look at, right, as opposed to a solo artist and stuff like that, like, with it, for example, even, like with Chuck, with Public Enemy, when, you used to see Public Enemy perform, you had Chuck on the mic and stuff doing this thing. You had Flavor doing this thing. You had the S1Ws doing something. Yeah. You had Griff, you know what I'm saying? So it was so much to look at on stage, with a group.
Yeah.
And even, with Stetsasonic or any other group for that matter, you know what I'm saying? There's so much to look at on stage and stuff like that. And it just, it keeps you focused, not just on one thing, but on everybody as a whole. Right. You know what I'm saying? These days, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like everybody is, just for self. But see, the thing about it, the group thing is missing on the hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying? Because you got so many features on different records and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with those features, sometimes, you like to hear different voices on a record and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess to a degree, I feel that, people miss that type of stuff. That's why there's features.
Right. Collabs. Yeah. And you guys, man, they talk about hip hop bands. You guys started it all off, man. I mean, you could say Orange Crunch with Curtis Blow headed that up, but they wasn't really being united and marketed together. But it was Stetsasonic, the hip hop band, made the claim, and then later on, you had Digital Underground on the same label, and then you had the Roots come out, and then a whole bunch of other situations, man. So you guys came front and center, man, front and center with that. A question I wanted to ask you, in latter day shows, I always used to say this back in the day. I said, man, why start rhyming? Him and Fuquan got that same vocal tone. So if they was to switch off, you couldn't really tell who was who. And so later on, I know it was easy to pick up on Fuquan's line, and you sound exactly the same in my ear.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people said that, they said that, we sound alike and stuff like that, because I have a natural high pitched voice when I rap and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, it was easy to, like if Fruit was missing for me to do his lines and stuff, I wasn't going to have a hard time. Plus, I'm a human percussionist, and I also do emulate voices, in case, y'all didn't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got this rhyme on one of our songs, that I say to the effect of I get on stage and imitate you better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's a line on one of our songs and stuff. But I definitely, had to use that because, like I said, I'm a human percussionist and stuff, and I do emulate voices as well. So, it's not hard for me to get on stage and to sound like someone else. I can do it. I can probably battle somebody using your own voice on you.
That was some of the beautiful things. I remember y'all be in the flow, and they say Bobby would drop out on the drums, and then you just pick right up from there, and everybody's keep in step and keep on line, and then y'all had dance steps too, routine steps. So there was a lot in motion, man. I tell people all the time, I said, yeah, man, Stetsasonic, a legendary hip hop gods, man, on record, but before records, they was just as legendary, man, before they first record.
Yeah. We was always a stage show group, prior to recording and stuff. We would always rehearse, and the thing about it, even if we didn't have a show, you know what I'm saying, we would have something prepared so that, when it came to our when we started recording and stuff like that, we had a show for every record that we made on the album. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That all we got to do is say, okay, let's do Ghost Stetsa, and let's do Talking All That Jazz and Sally and Faye, and let's just figure out how we're gonna bring in, the next one. Like saying we do Faye in the beginning, and then how we're gonna make the transition to the next song and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we used to rehearse and have a show for because the thing about it, Chuck, and you notice that overseas, you have to perform all of your songs.
Oh yeah.
So you definitely gotta be prepared for that, and you gotta have a show for each record that you about to perform and stuff. And back then we had just at the time, I remember Blood, Sweat, In Full Gear and On Fire, and we performed both albums, and we was on stage for like an hour.
Yo, wait.
Over an hour.
I saw Stetsasonic in Amsterdam, 1988. That was the time y'all were getting down there. I just decided to hang out in Amsterdam, and y'all was on stage for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Paradiso.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's like, we had a show for every record. We had some type of, movement that we were gonna perform for every record that was on both our albums at the time, and even how we were going to bring in the next song and stuff like that. It was crazy, Chuck. It was crazy, and you know from being out there that they'll have you and they'll enjoy it too.
Right,
they'll
right.
enjoy it. They'll have you perform out there for hours and stuff. You be out there for hours. You be sweating, drinking a lot of water and stuff like that, you know, and still going, and they will love it. They will applaud you. They will yell, support the whole, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, overseas, they'll have you perform out there, you know, for a pretty long time, you know. Don't get off of there within 15, 20 minutes. Right. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't do that.
You do that, you can't come back in that country.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Here's a question. I always thought this, and I still think this to this day. I was, you know, helping out DJ Lloyd at Coachella. Did about 10 minutes worth of songs with him. He opened up the Coachella last weekend, and also he's going to do it this weekend. And they had about 500 acts on the stages, right? About 500 acts, man, all weekend long, both weekends. And today they got the screens that are just like, you can't match the screens. The screens are unbelievable. And then the sound is just like it ain't nothing like anywhere in the past, especially the last 3 years. But I always thought that pioneering great acts and groups and artists should be there and be called upon by these agents and managers to at least coach their artists and train them, just like in sports, man.
Yeah,
you
no
got
doubt.
Somebody swinging the bat. You gotta go see the batting coach, bro. If you want to stay on the squad. I mean, what would be your advice if you had, like, as they call it, hey, Wise, I need you to come down and I need you like to sit with my artists for like 2 nights and get them ready, man. What would be like your 1, 2, and 3 to get an act of today ready?
Wow. Performing wise, definitely, you know, I tell them the same thing that me and Stet pretty much grew up on and stuff. Make sure you have a good show for every one of your songs. You know how you're going to transition from one song to the other. You know your crowd, you know, get to know your crowd and stuff like that, because your crowd makes up your show too. You know what I'm saying? That you got to get them involved. You got to throw that energy at them so that they can throw it right back at you. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely make sure, you know, that that you're going to have, you know, something, you know, for your crowd, you know, that you're going to reel them in, definitely. You know, because you definitely got to reel them in. You don't want to catch any boos or anything out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it, even if you have a hit record, you could lose your fan base if you don't have a good show.
Right.
You could definitely, you know, work on that stage show. Know how you're gonna, you know, put your show together and stuff like that. You know, and definitely get your crowd involved, you know, with your performance, because they definitely make the show.
Most times, though, the crowd knows the song better than you.
Oh yeah, that's true. When in 2019, when we went to Amsterdam, we was performing that Urban Matters, and we started doing talking all that jazz, but it was a part of our routine to cut the song and then change the music and start it all over from the beginning. So as we cut the song, the crowd's still going with the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't expecting that. We was not expecting that. And they just kept going with the lyrics up until Daddy O was like, wait, hold on, you know, because it's a part of our show. You know, we have it set up a certain way and stuff, but the crowd, you know, they just, you know, they continue to do the lyrics, and it was, you know, flattering and stuff. It was good to hear that they know the lyrics, and I was like, you know, wow, I didn't know that they knew the lyrics like that, but they knew the lyrics, and you know, we had to do our routine the way we had it set. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you have, you know, a stage show set a certain way, you kind of can't break it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of parts moving.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we didn't want to break it, even though, you know, we could have, but you know, we like, nah, we rehearsed it this way. Let's just continue to do it this way and stuff.
Yeah, no happy accidents.
Yeah, right. yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good times are ahead for you, man, and big up and congratulations on the last single and the upcoming album.
Thanks a lot, Chuck. I really appreciate it, man. And you know, I'm gonna surprise a lot of people. I'm definitely going, you know, as a vocalist, I'm definitely going to surprise a lot of people and stuff, because, you know, I'm 57, but honestly, as a rapper, this is my prime, to be honest with you.
That's great to hear, man.
Yeah,
that's great to hear. That's a great thing to hear, because I think that you got to shut the door on. The reason I say like a lot of times when people, like, if they're under 40, they kind of like shut their door anyway. So you shut the door on that and say, listen, this is a whole category. When y'all come up out of that, now you got to come into the senior circuit like they used to have for Jack Nicklaus, and I used to always wonder, like, how come Tiger Woods don't golf with Arnold Palmer? Because they say, yo, man, he coming up. He need to get his green jacket on his own. But this is the senior circuit. We only play with each other.
Yeah. And it's funny, you know, like I said, this is my prime as a vocalist. I mean, I've gotten a whole lot better, you know, with writing and stuff like that, putting together lyrics, putting together styles and stuff. I mean, I definitely, you know, had to make the transition, you know, and make it, you know, real, to, you know, to let you know that this is me. You know what I'm saying? This is the new me. This, you know, I'm reinventing myself. And that's exactly what I did. So on this album, a lot of people are gonna definitely see that reinvention, you know, and also, you know, I go under the name Lito Brigante, you know what I'm saying? As a vocalist. You know what I'm saying? Because as a human beatbox, I was a human mix machine, of course. So
right, of course.
You know, with my, you know, as a vocalist, as a rapper and stuff, you know, an MC, it's Lito Brigante. So I'm definitely gonna, and the thing about it is that Daddy on the light, because, you know, my background, I'm Puerto Rican, you know, and a lot of people didn't know that. So for years, Daddy on the light, they've been trying to get me to rap, you know, in Spanish as well too. So I had to lock down English first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had to lock down English. But you know what I'm saying?
But growing up, you did have a good amount of Spanish in you.
Yeah. You know, and the thing about it is that
you're good to go.
I never. Yeah, I didn't think that it would work for me when the guys, because for years they've been saying to me, Wise, you need to rap in Spanish, you need to do a little bit of Spanish, you know.
No question.
But I said I don't want to do the entire song in Spanish. He said, you don't have to do the entire song, just do, you know, on certain lyrics and this and that and that and this. I said, yeah, okay, that's cool. So now I got a song on one of the cuts called Brigante, and on that I'm going at, you know, I'm rapping English and Spanish, and the chorus is in Spanish.
Yo, that's just beautiful, you know? Man. Yeah, that's beautiful dope. Because number one, yo, the artillery of an MC is what? Words. And you double your words when you know another language. See, most cats, if they don't know another language, you know, it's like in basketball. They always see you going to your right. You can't. They say we play Dion. They can't go to their left, man. So a lot of MCs, especially if they got no vocabulary, they got to keep exhausting that one word that they know well, which makes them have like you keep repeating your bars, man. You come in like a chorus, man. You come in, you come in like you a nonstop hook, and that might work in different generations. But if you really want to go to the next level, you got to have words, man, and you got to be able to flip words, and nobody can flip words better than a bilingualist.
Yeah, and it's funny because you know, like I said, Daddy O and Delight for the longest they've been telling me, yo, Wise, you gotta, rap in Spanish, you gotta, and I was, like I said, I didn't think that it would work for me,
bro.
But now
that's like you 7 feet tall. They said, bro, you should at least try to play basketball. You 7 feet tall, bro.
Yeah. But I learned to work because the thing about it is that I can read, write, and speak Spanish.
Ooh, wow. Really?
I can read, write, and speak Spanish. So
damn.
You got to use that for all it's worth, man.
You got tools.
Yeah, and it's funny because my kids, I didn't teach them Spanish.
And here's an idea. You know what's an idea? You should do cover records. You should do Houdini's Friends in Spanish.
That'll be hot. Be hot.
Yo, man, why not? I mean, do cover records of other people's joints, man, and then you throw beatbox in there too. Out of here. It's out of here.
That is definitely a good idea.
There you go.
Yo, that is a good idea, yo.
I got is ideas, bro.
Don't be surprised you see something like that come out, because I'm also working on a solo album too.
Are you gonna have a record on there where you challenge yourself at all? You got like your beatbox going, and then you actually challenge yourself as a rhymer inside your beats.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. I mean, I didn't think about it, but I'm thinking about it now. You know what I'm saying?
What? Yo, Wise, we going back to that 1987 bus trip again.
Yeah. That's definitely, because I wanted to do a cut with Rizal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanted for him to do the beatbox for me, and I just rap and stuff. But you know what? I could also do it with myself too. Because the thing about it is that, I have a cut that I'm working on called the Human Mix Machine on a Microphone, but I'm actually rapping. And throughout the chorus, I have Daddy-O, I sampled Daddy-O using Faye saying the Human Mix Machine on the microphone, and then I do I kick a beat, the Human Mix Machine on the microphone, and it goes a little something like this, and then I start rapping again and stuff. But that cut, is basically gonna be me rapping and doing the beatbox and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, like the third verse, it lets you know that I'm making a transition from a human beatbox to an MC. Because if you listen to the lyrics, of the song, I start off with a story with me and Doug. I mean, I gotta be honest. I start off with a story about me and Doug and stuff, and it's a true story.
Yeah.
True story. The first verse is a true story. The second verse I get into it, that little by little I'm making a transition from a human beatbox to a vocalist. And then the third verse, I'm letting you know that I'm full-fledged vocalist.
Wow. Has anybody ever done a beatbox paying tribute to other beatboxers? Since I know you emulate voices and other beatboxers, that would be a dope idea too, where you start off and like you going from Doug to Buffy to Biz to yourself, and you just keep taking them all the way down to the end. That'd be crazy.
That'd be it would be hot. Yeah.
Wow. Asking somebody to asking somebody to do beatbox for your rhymes, that's like Ray Charles asking somebody else to play the piano.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Who I always wanted to kick a beat for that I felt that they would that they would take a routine and make it sound real good. Big Daddy Kane.
Ooh.
Kane is the type of guy that he would take, you know what I'm saying? Like I kick the human beatbox and Kane rap off of it. I know Kane is gonna come up with something.
C-Doc might make that happen.
Yo, I would like to
careful what you wish for.
Yeah,
you heard it first here.
Yep.
You heard it first here. Stay tuned.
And it's funny. It's funny because Kane is one of the reasons why I wanted to be more of a vocalist, and pushing the human beatbox back a little bit, because when Kane first came out, it's just the way he put his rhymes together, and the lyrics was sick.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying? The way his punchlines and stuff. And I pattern my style of rhyme sort of like his. I use a lot of punchlines and stuff. And thing about it, Daddy on the Light, they like, Wise, you got a whole lot better. Where'd you get that line from? And you know what I'm saying? Because now I think. And sometimes, even when I'm sleeping, if something comes into my head, I have to wake up and write it.
Wow.
You know,
you done went to the Robert Johnson crossroads of hip hop.
Right?
But every time, like something I have to write it down, just these punchlines, I have to write it down and stuff. As a matter of fact, I keep it in my phone. I have this thing on my phone called Notes. So I type it in there and I keep it in there, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. So when it's time for me to put a rhyme together, now I got punchlines. Now all I got to do is see what the concept is, and and I throw it in there.
That's great.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Wow.
Man.
And that's why I say that I'm in the prime of being an MC at 57 years old.
That's amazing, man. That's the most amazing statement, man. That matter of fact, if there was a shirt that said that, I would have worn that at Coachella this past weekend. I mean, one of the last people that said that is Pop Smash on the Spit Slam label, aka Almighty Jarwell. And he was celebrating being, a 60-year-old MC, and he was like, "Yo, he's ready to take them all on." So, that's just a good thing, man.
And it's funny because you know what I'm saying. As a rapper, as an MC, I'm very edgy. You know what I'm saying, and I know that they may say, "Oh, well, you're pretty old and this and that," and you know what I'm saying? You should be making more messages and stuff like that. And I can make a message, but I'm very edgy. Like I'm on that, sort of like battle type thing, almost. Because the thing about it, Chuck, back then, that's how it was. When hip hop was just starting out, everybody was, had their battle raps and this and that and that and this, and
you had to keep your style. You had to fight for your style, man. The last thing you want is go run into somebody and they absorb your whole style, and they better with their style than you are with that. They better with your style than you are with your own.
So it's like like now, I look at it like it's my prime. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As a vocalist. And I know in the very beginning, like on the second album, I was on Two Cuts rapping, DBC Let the Music Play, and Float On. Yeah. And I've always rapped with the group. You know what I'm saying? That even prior to making records and stuff, from time to time, I would write something and and I would say it and stuff like that. And even though I let the other guys do their vocals on record, when we would perform on stage, if there was a fan that would try to diss, because there's always a knucklehead, you know, in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? If there was a fan or someone that showed up to the show that tried to diss, let's put it that way, someone that showed up to the show that tried to diss, you know, Daddy O and them would call me out prior to me having to actually come out on stage just to do a diss rap. And you know what I'm saying? and to diss rap that person that showed up. And I would tear him up. And then walk off stage till it was time for me to go back on.
Damn. That's like calling a sniper, a rap assassin comes in.
Yeah.
You're hitman for real.
Yeah, they kept him in a box, you know, backstage.
Right. under the sheet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? When we first started off and we put out On Fire, you know, I mean, it's always gonna be, you know, some type of, because we getting ourselves established. You know, this is the first album, so you know you're gonna have your knuckleheads out, you know, in the audience and stuff, and you know they're gonna come out and they're gonna, you know, someone's gonna try to show some disrespect and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
that show,
you know, yeah.
Imagine all you had to do was start playing Go Stetsa and it was all over with.
I mean, man. It definitely, you know, was all over with, but at the same time, we couldn't let that slide. You know what I'm saying? We could not let that slide, you know, because it's like being a heckler and you got to put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? It's your show. So you got to take control of it before it gets out of hand. You know
I'm glad you brought that up, Jenny, about Go Stetson, because 1986, if you're not ready when that song comes on, you hear those intro beats, you getting turned upside down and shook down. I mean, don't look like you innocent and that you're just gazing and you're in the woods alone and all that, because when that record comes on, you better have your defenses up.
You better square up.
Just square up. It was like whatever I have. I mean, 1986 was, you talk about mid 1986. Everybody was tight anyway, man. Everybody was tight. You talk about in the middle of Reagan and Bush and crack, and New York at that particular time, man. And that was a record that let it all, whatever you had in you, it was tribal. It had to come out. You let it all hang out. Boom, that, boom, 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 bap, bap, bap. It's like, whoa, okay. It's wartime.
Yeah.
And look out if you're in my way. That type of thing.
Yeah. Definitely call the cops. Jesus.
Yeah, it was definitely good. I'm gonna zone off and go back, but definitely great seeing you, and what a story to my brother Wise. The fact that it remind me of sports, man. You always in the team, contributor, passing, like coming off the bench, pinch hitting, and now you've been in the starting lineup, man, the last 30 years, and now you the main featured option on the, boom, get it to the Wise, man, and that's a wonderful thing right now.
Yeah, I definitely, appreciate that, man. I mean, I humble myself and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And definitely, I'm a team player. I let the guys, do what they got to do and stuff like that. And, and just waiting, you know what I'm saying? Just patiently waiting and stuff, and I know it's been decades and stuff, but I still believe in my guys and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, I got a lot of love for my guys and a lot of respect and stuff. And, I mean, so I'm ready now. I'm ready now.
That's a beautiful thing. And plus your skill set, your tools are always sharp. I mean, my last question is who would you say in the last 10 years or even this millennium, which is 20 years, right? 22 years, who actually has a skill set to actually deliver something out of their mouth like a beatbox or orchestra that you know?
Wow.
Who?
I've heard like different, every time on my Facebook page or whatever, I got people always sending me human beatboxes, clips of human beatboxes all the time. They send me, and I don't know a lot of their names, but the human beatboxes of today, Chuck, they're no joke.
Wow.
They're really, really good. They took the human beatbox to a whole nother level. Like the same way that hip hop went into a whole nother level, that even though you may not hear, much, about these human beatboxes and stuff, there are cats that are really, really good that I have to admit, my own admittance, they'll roast me. They will roast me right now. At my prime, it would have been something different. But I got my focus now on being a rapper, but I still have an ear, for the human beatbox. If somebody sends me because I'm a human beatbox, well, y'all thought Wise was a beatbox, but anyway, because because of that, people send me human beatbox clips, saying, hey, check this guy out. Check this female out. Females.
That's amazing. See, C-Doc runs the Rap INST channel on Rap Station. That might be a great idea for a show once a month, the human beatbox show.
Right.
I mean, where you actually playing like a radio show full of human beatbox submissions. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Why is that girl? You remember the video that I sent you? That girl who went up against her dad.
Yeah.
The two of them sat there at the table.
Yeah, I was insane. She was, Chuck. She was, oh my goodness, man. She was really good.
Really?
She was insane.
She was going up against her father. Her father does the human beatbox too, and she was, oh my goodness.
And her father, she would start going off, and her dad was just like,
yeah, she was good.
Wow.
Man. She was good.
He couldn't even handle it. She was so good.
Yeah, she was real good, man. I think these days that she'll probably get one up on me. I'll be honest. She was that good.
She was insane.
Sounds like a good idea, C-Doc.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Wise brings to you the Human Beatbox Show, once a month on Rap Station.
Yep.
Wise, my brother. Peace, love.
All right, Chuck.
All the best. I'll be in the wing, catch you on the side.
All right, man.
Jenny, M-Rock, keep doing the do. C-Doc, I'm salute. Keep going, Wise. Love you, man.
All right, you too, man. Got love for you too. One, man. Peace.
One.
Thanks, Mr. Chuck. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
The hard rhyme.
And Wise, it appears you might have your own show.
Right.
Surprise.
Yeah. Welcome to Rap Station, Wise.
Yeah, my man Chuck comes up with some good ideas. Even album-wise, I'm gonna have to take that into consideration now.
Yep. There you go. He'll plot the whole shit out if you let him. So.
Yeah, Chuck got some good ideas and stuff. Yep. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Well, Wise, I want to thank you very much for coming through and being on the show tonight. Appreciate you telling stories and sharing your time with us.
Thanks a lot. I definitely appreciate being on the show and stuff. I mean, it's rare that I would be on the show by myself without the guys and stuff. Because I mean, normally the guys, they're the ones that do all the talking and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying. I just follow up here and there and stuff. But it was good being on the show and just doing my own thing and stuff.
Anytime,
but I still got love for my guys, and I still let them do what they do and stuff if we all here together and stuff, but thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. I definitely appreciate it and stuff,
Anytime,
Wise,
man.
Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Okay, you can find me on Facebook, Wise Roman, and then it's gonna have parentheses whatever Lito Brigante. So on Facebook, Wise Roman, you could click on that, and like I said, it's gonna say Lito Brigante right next to it and stuff. On Instagram, it's Wise underscore Stetsasonic. I had to change it because originally it was the original Wise one, but it seemed like nobody really like knew who that was and stuff.
Yeah.
So I changed it to Wise underscore Stetsasonic, and now I get like a lot of people following me. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you know what, that was a good decision. And
Absolutely.
On Twitter, I'm still getting familiar with Twitter. I'm still, I go back and forth here and there. I'm still learning how to post and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing. Wise Stet in parentheses Stetsasonic. Because I figure let me do it like that and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just and it's working. It's working, So I figure once we drop the new single, the video, and the album and stuff, I should have a following and stuff. It's gonna take some time, but I'm hoping to have some type of following and stuff because I see other people on Instagram and stuff. They'll post, a simple video and they got like 5,000 people. I'm like, man, what I gotta do to get that right there?
Right?
But we'll see what happens, and hopefully, like I said, when the new single and the video drops and stuff, maybe I'll have a little bit of a following and stuff, hopefully.
Of course. Yep, it'll get there. We'll let them know. Let the people know.
Yeah.
All right,
but
bro.
Guys, it was definitely good being on the show. I appreciate you guys having me. It was very interesting and stuff. I don't mind doing it again.
Anytime, man. We'll have you back.
I don't mind doing it.
Yep.
Definitely, I don't mind doing it again and whatnot. I got good hosts. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's going on 11 o'clock. I wanted to work out, you know what I'm saying? But nah, because I get up at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, jeez. Yep. It's about that time.
Yeah.
Thank you so
much. Anyway,
yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks definitely for having me, and you guys have a good night, all right?
You too.
You too,
Thanks,
man.
Bro.
Peace.
All right, take it easy. Peace.
Whoop. Sorry, Jen.
That's fine. I'll go too. I don't.
Didn't mean to take you off
I
the
can
show.
leave. I don't.
Threw out the baby with the bathwater there.
Yeah. Getting too button happy.
He's like, whoo! He's
Yeah.
pushing buttons like it's nobody's business.
Yep. That's what happens when I get to run the show. So all hell breaks loose. So that was great, man. Jenny, thank you for hooking that up.
Yeah.
The interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Jenny with the hookup.
Yep.
He doesn't get a chance to speak for himself.
Yeah.
That's the one drawback of a group.
Yep.
That's the one drawback. Because by themselves, each of them by themselves, really great guys.
Yeah.
Have lots of fun stories. Wise remembers the majority of them, where the rest of them don't. But but when it's all in a group.
Yeah. Yep. It's hard, but thank God for the return of the hip hop group. Jeez.
Yes.
Specifically, the return of Stetsasonic. Absolutely.
Yeah, the original hip hop band, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Great to have them.
See,
back.
I didn't even get to point this out.
Oh yeah,
but that was a shirt done by Wise.
Showed off. There it is.
That was done by Wise himself. Yep.
That's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
It is. And
Did
it's
he-
not even one of his famous jerseys that has Y's across the back and
this, that, and the other thing. Oh yeah, right.
Oh, he's known. He's known for that. You know, every show they do, he's wearing a baseball jersey.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
Actually, I think he had it on tonight. We just
Yeah. I think the stat jersey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. I believe that was the one.
Yes, sir.
Well, hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll be back next week with some more hip hop madness.
You
whatever.
might as well tell them who.
Oh yeah. So next week we'll be back with. See, I feel like we're gonna jinx it. You know.
Well, all we can say is I got a man.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll be back with Positive K next week. So looking forward to
We're gonna
definitely looking forward to that one. That's gonna be fun, man. So Pos K will be in the house. Fingers crossed. So
Yeah.
because you never know. Never know.
You never know. You never know.
All right.
It's
Peace out,
always
everybody.
fun. Good night.
Oh wait, I gotta run the. See, Chuck's not here. The
See?
whole show goes to hell.
Still awkward. Just gonna freeze frame like the end of a bad sitcom.
Yeah, right. Did you ever see the Police Squad, the show that The Naked Gun was based on?
Yes, it's amazing.
And they always do that at the end. But then there was like one person moving around. They'd like freeze, but then there's somebody else like fucking around in the background.
I love that so much.
We need to start doing that.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna try to end the show now.
It's C-Doc again.